Well, hey, Eddie. Hey, welcome to the InnSync show. Hey, I'm looking forward to our conversation. I was thinking back at how long we've known each other. It's been 30, 40 years. We go back to high school. I know you've recently moved to Montana from California, but it's been great to reconnect with you. You're working on some really exciting things, and looking forward to our conversation.
Thanks, Corey.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and where you're from?
Sure. So thanks for having me. As you said, we've known each other since high school. And so that was in the 1900s, right? So right. It's probably been over 35 years that I've known you. For the last 22 years, I've been helping brands with their guest engagement. Most of that was in the loyalty space. So creating loyalty programs for restaurant, messaging platforms, data insight platforms, and so on. So that's what I've been doing for the last 22 years. Today, I work for a company called OneDine. OneDine is a platform that sits on top of the POS layer, and it enables restaurants to do stuff like guest self-ordering. And a bunch of more, and we'll talk about that as we get on with this.
Wonderful. No, that sounds exciting. My first question to you was, what are some of the key metrics restaurants should be paying attention to right now?
Well, the biggest one is labor, right? According to the National Restaurant Association, 7 out of 10 operators that were surveyed are saying that they don't have enough employees to support customer demand. And that is we're coming out of COVID, but we're really not coming out of COVID in the sense that the labor problem is real for restaurateurs, and they're having to do more with less people. We'll talk about restaurants that don't have their dining rooms open 100%, right. and they're using different ways, different technologies to be able to support the demand that guests have.
Gotcha. Great. Okay. Why should hoteliers consider technology when they're trying to solve their current food and beverage issues right now?
So again, I go back to the labor issue, right? I'm going to give you an example. I just talked to a brand last week out of Miami, have one of the biggest marinas attached to their hotel facility. And they have 3 different restaurants. They have a gas station where people come in and fill their boats up, and then they come out and they eat. And they're looking to figure out how do I keep those guests that are coming into my marina happy, where I can use technology to allow them to basically become their own server or waiter. And they're using these. I'm going to show you this. This is just a QR code. Right. And when that person gets out of their boat and they're fueling up their boat, they can hit that QR code and they can actually order food right from their phone. And this QR code that's attached to the gas pump or their slip has the slip number. So when the food is made, it gets delivered to that slip. And the hotel, they think about it, they can hire runners instead of servers, much less, much more affordable. And the satisfaction of a guest is so much better because the guest is now doing it all by themselves at their leisure.
Very, very nice. I had a question, and I know that some of the people in the industry of hotel have struggled with technology being appropriate, right? We've seen hotels trying to introduce robots at the front desk and other things, and it just has not really meshed all that well. And I've been trying to, in fact, earlier today, I was thinking about times when technology has made it really made an impact on my experience, where I wanted technology because I wanted to take control, right? I'm either waiting for the server or that very awkward situation where the server's waiting for me. I can tell that she's busy. I can't decide what I want to order. I feel nervous because she's waiting on me. I think, could you explain a little bit more about perhaps the situation where technology is more appropriate in certain times than others?
Right. And let's just go back to when airlines first started with kiosks, right? Not everybody went to the kiosk. It was a very slow thing. There were technology dependent individuals that went right to it and were able to get their boarding pass and put their luggage in, and it worked flawlessly. Now, fast forward to today, almost everybody uses them, right? So it's a slow transition that has to happen, right? In the restaurant and hospitality industry, the same thing is happening today, right? You a perfect example of a way that you get that uneasy feeling, like I don't know what I'm going to order, or even at the time of payment, right? If I have a handheld machine where I'm placing your order, or I'm giving you, hey, Mr. Falter, here's your check. It's on this machine. I hand it to you. You dip your own credit card. I walk away because I sat this at the table.
Right.
And now you can put in the tip. You can sign. You can look at your receipt, and it takes that anxiety away of somebody standing right over you, going, how much are they going to tip me? Or, you're kind of crowding their space. This technology is solving for that, right?
Right. Not
everybody's going to want to use this, but slowly it's becoming the norm. Does that help?
Absolutely. I'm almost to the fact now is that I'm either want exceptional service, and I go back to one of my favorite bartenders at Eddie V's in La Jolla.
Yep.
We had Stu, who was our bartender at Paradise Point. This guy's dynamic. When I sit up at the bar and order food, I'm expecting something exceptional, right? Yep. Technology could never replace that. But then there are times where it's almost, especially today, every other experience that I have, it's so underwhelming. It's almost like I want to cut that out entirely. I know I'm going to be disappointed. I'm almost wanting technology to solve that. Am I feeling odd about that? Have you seen a shift in that?
You're not feeling odd, and we are seeing a shift. And think about, put yourself in an operator's and a server's hat for just a second. The machines that were in front of them to order food, right? Mm-hmm. It's very in a box, right? There's only so many things that I can do. It's not very conversational. It's just, what do you want? How do you want it? That type of thing.
Right.
Now take technology that layers something that is more conversational, and I can now, Corey, do you want your usual, right? I know you come a lot. We know that you get a dry martini, right?
Right.
And your wife will get her what she wants, right? And you're getting the steak, she's getting chicken. Would you like to pair that with a salad? And it's conversational. It's almost like I've got a pad that I'm writing on, mm-hmm. but now the POS system is here, and it's a conversational transaction.
Nice.
And once you say, hey, I want my martini, or I want my drink, right? Whatever the table's getting, I have just sent it from this machine. I didn't have to go back to another machine, put it in, and then get my drinks. So by the time that I'm done with maybe getting an appetizer ready for you, your drinks are coming from somebody's already bringing you your drinks. The experience is much different at that point. You feel like a VIP,
absolutely.
Right? And oh, by the way, from an operator standpoint, how many more tables can I turn faster than going back to the POS system, right?
Right.
Every time to either get your check or put in an order, right?
Very good.
And so the server now almost becomes a concierge, where I don't even have to leave my area, and I can give you better service.
That's fantastic. Love that. That's wonderful. Well, this has been amazing. So I want to ask you, do you have a special secret sauce or takeaway you could share with us?
Yeah. So we hear a lot about artificial intelligence, right?
Oh yeah.
Everybody's using it. Everybody. Amazon's been using it for years. Marketing today has completely changed. It's a one-to-one marketing thing, right?
Absolutely.
So when you go to a restaurant of the future, it's going to be really, they know if it's a business trip because you come every year at the same time for this conference. They know that are you going to be ordering kids meals or not, depending on who you're with. Artificial intelligence is using just a mass amount of data that a computer is got algorithms looking at and giving you choices because of the trends that have happened in the past, right?
Sure.
And in restaurants and hospitalities are now going to start using that in a big way, and just about every industry now is heading in that direction.
Wonderful.
So I would say restaurateurs, don't be surprised if you don't get that kind of service. They're not using technology, but most big brands are absolutely using it.
That's wonderful. Yeah, I always use this analogy, and I always come back to Paradise Point here because I have such an affection for it. I've had so many key landmark things that happened in my life that happened at that resort, and I think that's a big key thing that I try and reinforce as well. Is it's that whole Norm at Cheers of philosophy. When you walk into that place, they know who you are. That makes you feel that much more special. That makes you feel that this is your place, right? If you can scale that emotion across to your guests to make them feel that that's their place, you're so far ahead of the game, right?
Right. Guest satisfaction's through the roof. Repeat. Of return customers, and then bringing their client with them, right?
Yeah, I can't tell you how many people I've referred Paradise Point to. They always ask me, "Hey, when I'm coming to San Diego, where should I go?" Every time, Paradise Point. You got to go to Paradise Point. It's amazing. Right. The ROI on my referrals and my recommendations for that, it's got to be sky high. I mean,
that's your customer lifetime value that now brands they're aware of it now, right? It's like Absolutely. how many times has Corey come in, but the think about it on a macro level. How many people have you referred that have gone back, and then how many people have they referred? So just that one seed of Corey putting into Paradise Cove has helped with lifetime value of many customers.
Absolutely. I could not agree with you more on that. Hey, this has been a fantastic convo. Really interested and looking forward to following up further on this. I can't see how you. Looking forward to seeing how that technology evolves and sharing more stories about some of your new adventures.
Yeah, no, the dining experience of the future has customer enablement, where customers are going to be able to order all by themselves, pay all by themselves, and by the way, it's going to happen from this little thing right here, from their mobile phone, because no longer do I have to put in kiosks, or no longer do I have to put in this big old hardware that costs me a lot of money that I have to secure. It's all happening in this mobile device that millions and millions of people have in their hands.
That's fantastic.
So,
well, hey, thank you so much for your time. Really enjoyed the convo. I can't wait. We'll have you on again sometime soon, and hope you have a great weekend.